I sent this on Monday, that I took personal responsibility to ensure that all cases that were affecting the delaying of the constitution of the IEBC were prioritized for resolution. Because justice must never be an obstacle to progress, it must be the very foundation upon which a just and democratic society is built.
The Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Honorable Justice Martha Koome, the newly appointed members of the selection panel for the recruitment of a chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the swearing-in ceremony of the two of the newly appointed members of the selection panel for the recruitment of a chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Honorable Chief Justice, Article 88 of the Constitution establishes the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, whose core mandate is to conduct or supervise referenda and elections to any elective body or office established by the Constitution and any other elections as prescribed by an Act of Parliament. Under the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, the Commission consists of a chairperson and 6 members who are selected competitively by a selection panel and are appointed by the President with the approval of the National Assembly. The Act provides that the selection panel shall consist of the following: 2 persons nominated by the Parliamentary Service Commission, 3 persons nominated by the Political Parties Liaison Committee, 1 person nominated by the Law Society of Kenya, 1 person nominated by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, and 2 persons nominated by the Interreligious Council of Kenya. Through Gazette Notice number 715, dated and published on the 27th of January 2025, His Excellency the President, William Samoei Ruto, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces appointed the following persons as members of the selection panel: Kiome Linda Gaki, Professor Olo Adams, James Evans Misati, Nicodemus Kipchirchir Bore, Ambassador Koki Muli, Carolene Kituku, Mr. Tanui Andrew Kipkoech, Dr. Nelson Makanda, and Fatuma Saman. These appointments were made pursuant to the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, which provides at paragraph 2 that the chairperson and members of the selection panel shall, before assuming office, make and subscribe the oath or affirmation of office prescribed in the 3rd schedule. The oath of office that is prescribed in the 3rd schedule is to be sworn before the Chief Justice. 7 members of the selection panel took their oaths before the Chief Justice on 27th January 2025, and this ceremony is to administer the oath to 2 members who are not available on that day. Honorable Chief Justice, allow me therefore to call upon the following members to take their respective oath of office. We will start with Carolene Kituku.
I, Carolene Kituku, having been appointed as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Selection Panel, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
I now call Fatuma Saman to come forward.
I, Fatuma Saman, having been appointed as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Selection Panel, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully, fully, and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations to both of you, and I wish you the very best in the task that lies ahead of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the swearing-in ceremony. May I now request the Honorable Chief Justice to make her remarks. Karibu, Chief Justice.
Thank you very much, our Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, our two members who have just taken the oath of office, Madam Caroline Kituku and Fatuma Saman, our guests this morning, distinguished members of the press, a very good morning to you, and welcome to the Supreme Court. Let me begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to each one of you on your appointment to this critical and crucial national duty. The responsibility you have assumed is not just a legal function, it is a solemn call to serve the people of Kenya and safeguard the integrity of our democracy. The importance of this moment cannot be overstated. Your role in constituting for Kenyans an IEBC is foundational to the strength of our democracy, because the credibility of elections define the stability of our nation, and the history that we have gone through since independence has shown us when elections are free, fair, and transparent, our country flourishes. However, when these elections are mismanaged, the consequences are severe, threatening the national unity and public trust. This is why your task is of utmost significance. And I dare say that the future of Kenya's democracy depends on the integrity of the men and women you are going to select to lead the IEBC as commissioners. They must be individuals of untainted credibility who are committed to independence, impartiality, and the principles enshrined in our Constitution. The IEBC is not just another constitutional commission or a government agency. It is the custodian of our electoral integrity, and its composition must reflect the highest standards of professionalism and credibility. As you all know, for the past 2 years, Kenya has endured an unacceptable situation, an electoral commission without commissioners. Since January 2023, the IEBC has been unable to fully discharge its constitutional mandate, creating significant gaps in our electoral processes. The effect of this vacuum have been felt in many ways, because vital functions such as boundary delimitation, voter registration, and by-elections have been stalled. Even more concerning is the absence of a duly constituted commission has denied some constituencies and wards their fundamental right to representation in the National Assembly and also in the county assemblies. This is not just an administrative challenge, but it has been a democratic disruption. We cannot and we must not allow such a situation to persist any longer. The Constitution is clear. Governance must be continuous. Institutions must function effectively, and the rights of Kenyans must not be held hostage by uncertainty or unnecessary delays. As a judiciary, we have remained unwavering in our commitment to upholding the rule of law and protecting constitutional processes from manipulation, obstruction, or undue influence. While every Kenyan has the right to seek legal redress on matters of constitutional significance, we hold the view that this must not be weaponized to store governance or advance narrow political interests at the expense of the public good. I said this on Monday, that I took personal responsibility to ensure that all cases that were affecting the delaying of the constitution of the IEBC were prioritized for resolution. Because justice must never be an obstacle to progress, it must be the very foundation upon which a just and democratic society is built. So today, I urge all the institutions and stakeholders involved in this process, Parliament, political actors, civil society, and even the general public to ensure that the recruitment of the new IEBC commissioners is concluded and conducted with speed. There must also be utmost integrity and transparency, because the Kenyan people expect and deserve nothing less. Today, as you take on the responsibility of the selection panel, your oath of office, the one you have taken, is not just a mere formality. It is a pledge of service to the people of Kenya. It demands that you act with integrity, resisting any influence that seeks to compromise the credibility of the process. Your guiding principle must be merit, and merit alone. Strong institutions are the bedrock of our democracy. The IEBC, like all constitutional commissions, must be allowed to function independently, free from political or external interference. As a nation, we must remain committed to ensuring that our institutions serve the people, not personal interests. Let us not lose sight of the weight of this moment. The work you embark on today is not just about filling positions. It's about securing the legitimacy of our elections, the stability of our government, and the future of our democracy. As you step into this role that carries immense national responsibility, I believe the weight of this task is not just in the selection process you will oversee, but in the lasting impact your decision will have on Kenya's democracy. You must resist any pressure, influence, or partisan interest that seek to delay this process. Your guiding principle must always be what is in the best interest of the public. Nothing more, nothing less. The oath you have taken today is also a solemn pledge to serve Kenya with unwavering commitment to the rule of law and the Constitution, which should remain your true north. The decisions you make will shape not just the 2027 elections, but the future of our democracy. I truly believe that you will rise to this occasion and you will undertake it with honor, patriotism, and a deep sense of duty. Let this process be a beacon of integrity, setting a standard for all institutions to follow. I wish you wisdom, courage, and success in this noble endeavor. May your work strengthen our democracy, uphold the rule of law, and inspire total confidence in the institutions that serve the people of Kenya. Thank you, and may God bless you. May God shine his light upon you every day and guide all the work that you do for the benefit of Kenyans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Justice, for the inspiring and profound remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we can now proceed for a group photo at the stairs out here with the Honorable Chief Justice.